Has another year passed you by and nothing has changed? Has your life remained the exact same as it was this time last year? Are you still in the same job that you don't like? Are you still working for that narcissistic boss? Are you still in an environment that makes you miserable, surrounded by people who lower your vibration? This is it. We get to New Year's and we have great intentions. We have these resolutions, these goals, but we never actually take the action steps. This is what New Year's should be about. And it's not even about New Year's. It's about creating a new reality for yourself. We're about to jump into our highest timeline. Are you ready for that? Are you actually ready to take those steps towards your future? Or are you going to sit here and next year sit in the same position and say, shit, nothing has changed again? Do not get to this time next year and look back with regret again. Please, because I know what that's like. I know what it's like to get to every New Year's and look back and think, nothing's ever changed. What am I going to do? And we set the goals again and still do nothing. This year is the time. This is the time for you to shift. This is the time to create a better you and a better reality. My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach and I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas. Welcome back. And welcome to the new year. We're just about to step into our highest vibrational timeline yet. Are you ready? Are you ready for this magic? Are you ready to move forward into a positive, more higher vibrational reality? Because I am. I can't wait. I feel something really big coming for all of us. But a lot of the time we can be stuck in this old reality. You know, we can look back on the past year with regret that nothing has ever changed, that nothing has moved forward, that, you know, you're still in that depressing job, you're still working for that narcissistic boss, you're still in that toxic relationship, or you're still in that toxic family dynamic. You know what I mean? That codependent, situation, or surrounded by negative people. This is the thing. We can set great intentions. We can set those goals and those resolutions, but it won't work unless we take action. And this is the thing. Don't waste another year of your life, please. You know, a lot of people, and I know myself personally from my past, when you're suffering from anxiety or depression, or when you're stuck in the matrix, when you're stuck in that old reality, believing that this is all there is, it is hard to think that you can escape it. It's hard to think that you can create this new vibrational reality for yourself, but you can. And it all just takes one little bit of action. This is the thing. We set goals and we're like, oh my God, this is so big. This is so scary. I can't do it. And then we stop. The fear sinks in and we're just like, we can't do this. That is too much. But then, we have to realize you can't climb that mountain. You don't go from the bottom of the mountain and hop to the top. That would be a little bit difficult, wouldn't it? You take one step at a time. You really just ease yourself into it. And this is the thing, please don't get to next year again and look back with regret. I've done this year after year, and my life changed for me when I decided to take action. And this wasn't even in New Year's. This was in May 2023. In March 23, I had to walk away from an unhealthy family dynamic, and I was very unhealthy. My physical and mental health had deteriorated. I had a fear-based entity attached to me. I was living in a constant state of fear. I was so scared, right? I live in the countryside. You know what I mean? And there's no one around me. But I was afraid to even step outside my front door. I would let my dogs out and close the door. That's how scared I got. And that's how depleted I got. I got to the stage where I had given up. I started my awakening a couple of years before, but because of the relapse I went through, I went to the worst stage that I've ever been. So I know what it's like to feel like there is no tomorrow, that you don't see there's a point. What's the purpose? No one would care if you were here or not. That was what I was going through. And I had, previous to my relapse, I had goals, I had intentions. They all disappeared. And I got so unwell in my mental and physical health that I was just like, what's the point? And the only reason I started to fucking change really was when I looked at my dogs. I was like, Jesus, they need me. But I started to see a light. I actually watched this live event with Matthew McConaughey, Dean Graziosi, Tony Robbins, and Trent Shelton and all them. And I saw a little bit of light. I was like, oh my God, maybe there's something more for me. And I knew there was. I knew deep down that I have a purpose on this planet. But I'd gotten so ill that I just didn't see a future. And I know that's how we can like live in this old reality. It's like we don't see a way out. We don't see a future. And this can lead us to not be able to believe that we can escape that reality, that matrix. We think that we have to do this hamster wheel shit. We have to be a slave to the fucking system. If we don't, we're going to fucking die. This is bullshit. We're here for divine purpose. We're here to change this planet for the future of humanity. And we have to start by, starting. We have to take that first step. And this is the thing, and what changed my life completely, in July of 2023, I watched a live event with Dean Graziosi, and this was a few months after the May one, where I got a little bit of a spark, but I was still doing some very intense healing because I was so unwell. And I got to July, and I was crying the whole way watching Tony and Dean. And really, really, I just had no vision of my future. I just didn't know how I was going to move forward. And they said to me, well, they said to us, the whole people that were watching, but they said, do you want to get to 6 months from now and look back and see that nothing has changed? And I cried even more. I was like, I can't. If I stay in this vibrational energy, I will die, because it's just, it's too scary. Like, it was scary to start something, but it was even scarier to think I would stay the same. And 6 months later, you see, I knew that day then. I just knew. I don't know how. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know I need to start. And that's what I did. I took baby steps towards my future. And you know what the universe did? The universe planted opportunities, courses, training, guidance, mentors right into my fucking lap. They just put it there. Because I set that intention that day and I was like, I am doing this. I am going to change my life. And I was scary. As I said, I was crying the whole way through because I didn't know fucking how. But the minute I said yes, the minute the universe opened those doors where I only saw walls. 6 months later, I watched Tony live again and he said the same thing. And you know what? I cried. I cried with happy fucking tears because I looked back on those 6 months ago and I was like, oh my God, just because I decided to take one little step forward every fucking day, I'm right here now and I'm better than I ever was. And that was on the end of January 2024. And I set more intentions. And I set, I literally started exercising the next day. I started eating healthier the next day. And now I'm a completely different person. I can look back on this last year and go, wow, my confidence has grown. I'm in a better position when it comes to my coaching. When it comes to videos, I love doing videos. Whereas back then I was still so fucking nervous. My life has transformed so completely because I took those action steps. And now I can look back with pride on how far I've come because I just pushed myself that little bit forward. Don't stay stuck in this bubble of this grey reality. We do not have to work for narcissistic fucking bosses. This is not why we're here. And this is the thing, if you have a boss who fucks you up, fucks your head up, this means you should get out. If you were in a job for a long time and you enjoyed that job, and then management fucking changed and you end up with an asshole of a boss, guess what? This is a sign from the universe to get the fuck out. Simple as fucking that. And I've seen it. It's happened to me again and again and again and again and again until I actually fucking realised, shit, this is a pattern. You know what I mean? This is the universe telling me, hello, there's more to life than this. And this is the thing, we're here for more. We're here to break that cycle. We're here to break out of that system. We're here to change the future of humanity. This is for our children and our future children. And even if you don't want children, you're still going to be changing the whole generational curse that has been the lineage for so long, that has happened generation after generation. We're here to change things. Sitting there and saying you're happy to be on this fucking hamster wheel. Oh my God, that breaks my heart. It actually fucking breaks my heart. No, we're not here to be fucking zombies, slaves, monkeys to this fucking system. We're not here to be treated like fucking shit by narcissistic assholes. I'm sorry, but we're not. We're here to change the fucking status quo. We're here to change reality. We're here to jump into this highest timeline. We're shifting realities. Whether we fucking like it or not, we're shifting into a new reality. But if you stay in that old vibrational mindset, you're not going to fucking change ever. And this is the thing, like, this is what really, pushes me forward, is that I'm not just doing it for myself. I'm doing it for my dogs because they need me. That was my first little bit of motivation, is like, and this happened a few years ago as well. The only reason I'm still fucking alive is because I have pets to love me and need me. That was it. Like, that was my reason to move forward in life. But then I realized I'm not just here to save myself. I'm here to save the next generation. I'm here to change humanity. And this is it, like, we're here to break out of that old system. There's a lovely quote that I wrote down this morning. This is why we're doing this. The one who plants trees, knowing that they will never sit in their shade, has at least started to understand the meaning of life. Do you know what I mean? You're planting that tree for the future of this world. You're never going to see that tree, but you're doing it for the future of humanity. This is why we're here. Our generation is here to break that cycle. Our generation is here to create better for this world. You're not just doing it for you. And this is what motivates me to go forward. You know what I mean? Like, if we're like, this is the lie we've been led to believe. We have to go to school, be a slave to that system. Get a job, be a slave to that system. Marry a fucking farmer down the road, be a slave to that system. Build a house beside your mother, be a slave to that system. And repeat the same fucking cycle over and over again. This is why people have midlife crises. Midlife crisis is actually awakening to the fact that you lived a lie your whole fucking life. Don't let it get that far. Do not let it get that far. You're young enough now. Like, it doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter what age you are. If you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, who gives a shit? You can change anything in your life, in your reality, and in this world if you just fucking change your mindset. Please do not waste another year of your life in regret. Do not waste another year of your life working for a narcissistic boss, or in a narcissistic relationship, or in a narcissistic family dynamic. Seriously, you have the power within you to create a new reality, to jump into a higher timeline. We have the ability to create the life that we want. We just have to fucking take one step. Stop thinking about the bigger picture. Think about the step forward. And that's what makes it easier. That's what made it easier for me, right? It was so difficult for me, and I'll give you one little tip on how I did it. It was so scary. I was like, how am I ever going to get there? Fuck the how. The universe is going to deal with that how. All you have to do is take one step. If you take one step, the universe will take 10. So it'll actually bring in opportunities for you to be able to do what you need to do. It'll bring you in opportunities, bring you in support. It will open doors where you only saw walls. But I was so unwell that even a baby step seemed really fucking big. So what did I do? I broke each baby step up into milli steps. So, my first step consisted of tiny, 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 tiny steps. And it was slow, but every day I pushed forward by 1%. If you can push yourself forward by 1% every single day, this time next year, you will have transformed your life. 6 months from now, you would have transformed your life. Genuinely. It was within 6 months. It was that wake up call that I needed for Dean and Tony to turn around to me and say, do you want to sit here in 6 months' time and look back and be in the same position? And I just bawled my eyes out and I was like, no, I cannot live like this anymore. I cannot. So I took those milli steps every single day and the world opened up for me. And then 6 months later, I was able to say, yes, I did change. And then another year on top of that, I am completely transformed. I am my best self and I know that I'm about to jump into my highest timeline reality and I'm going to create magic because I took the action. So don't sit here and, make resolutions. Sit here and think of how you're going to achieve these resolutions. Dream of what you want and take that tiny little step towards it. That's all you need to do. One little step at a time. Change your reality now. Please do not sit here next year looking back on another wasted year. This is it. You can create anything that you want. all you have to do is believe. Escape that matrix, escape that old reality, escape that narcissistic boss, that narcissistic relationship, that narcissistic environment. Walk away from people and situations that no longer serve you, so that you can follow your purpose. And that's what I had to do. I had to cut everyone out of my life in order to get to where I am now. And that was heartbreaking. And like, it's starting to come back now. But it had to be done. I had to isolate. I had to take those action steps so that I would get healthier, happier, and further along on my path. And I'm looking back on the last almost 2 years now. And, I've transformed so massively. It's mind-blowing. And I'm still only at the beginning, so I still have so much more to look forward to. But with these tiny little steps every single day, I'm getting further along, and I am creating the reality that I desire, the reality that I deserve. Because we all deserve to live a happier, more fulfilling life. We all have a £1 million idea. We just need to figure that shit out. We're all here to create. We're all here to be leaders. We're all here to work for ourselves and to create better and be of service to this planet and create better for the future of humanity. So start now. Don't just make a resolution. Take a tiny little step every day to bettering yourself and working towards your goals. And I promise you, this time next year, you will not be looking back with regret. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you'd like help in your journey, please book me for a discovery call today, and I'd love nothing more than to help you on your path.